So greetings everybody. My name is Bolum Isikwe and I'll be making this presentation on SDG 17, Partnership for the Goals. So what is SDG 17 or what are SDGs before I go to SDG 17? So the Sustainable Development Goals are a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet and ensure peace and prosperity. It was initiated by the United Nations in 2015 to replace the Millennium Development Goals that was initiated by the same United Nations before the SDGs. And these things were put in place to make the world a better place. So an overview of the 17 SDGs. 17 SDGs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 17, right? The first 6 rather is talking about ending poverty, hunger and improving health, especially in less developed countries like Africa or maybe India, or countries in Africa or other third world countries in places like South America that are poor. So this 1 to 6 is focused around ending poverty and improving health in those places, right? While we also have SDG 7 to 12, which is talking about protecting the environment and promoting more sustainable energy and economic growth, right? Then we have SDGs 13 to 17, which addresses climate change. But for today, we are especially talking about SDG 17, which is about partnership. And there's nothing you can achieve in this world without partnership, which is why SDG 17 is, I like to refer it as the mother of all SDGs, because to achieve anything, you need to partner with people. Like they say, nobody is an island of knowledge, or no man is an island. So through partnership, we can achieve other SDGs. That's why SDG 17 is really, really important. Why do partnerships matter? So collaborative efforts magnify impact. What do I mean when I say collaborative efforts magnify impact? Collaborative efforts magnify impact in the sense that through collaboration or through coming together, we can achieve something bigger. It's like building a house. We know the bricklayer plays a very huge role in building a house, but the bricklayer needs the carpenter, the bricklayer needs the laborer, the bricklayer needs the painter and other people in order to make that house building successful. The bricklayer cannot build the house on his own, because the bricklayer may not be able to roof the house. That is where the carpenter or other professionals in charge of that area come in. So SDG 17 is, for me, is the most important SDG, because you cannot achieve anything alone. Now, there are 6 main components of SDG 17. We have finance, we have technology, we have capacity building, we have trade, policy and institutional coherence, right? And all these come together as components of SDG 17, because the SDG is talking about bringing our resources together, joining everything together to achieve something. It's like cooking jollof rice. So let's say finance is like pepper, technology is like granite oil, or as we locally call it, ororo. Capacity building is like tomato, trade is like onions, policy and institutional coherence is like water, right? You put all these things together to successfully prepare your jollof rice. So all these components need to come together for us to be able to achieve the goal of SDG 17. Finance, you need money to finance whatever project you are working on. Technology will help you facilitate whatever project you are working on, at least modernize it to today's standard. Then capacity building is all about equipping people with the necessary skills, or bringing people together that have the necessary skills that will help you attain what you want to achieve, or achieve what you want to achieve towards the SDG or towards the goal of the project, right? Then trade is all about exchange. Most projects that don't involve in trade or that don't generate income for themselves, right, tend not to survive for long. That is how to sustain. You see, sometimes when people build things like hospitals for their community, even if the hospital is for free or maybe a token, they still look for a way to generate income through that cheap or free hospital they built for the community, because that income will help the hospital continue to exist. They need lights, they need to maintain the facility, and it's not every time they'll keep going to the donors to help them do those things, right? So trade is a very key component of SDG 17. Policy and institutional coherence, that is, policies must be put in place, right, to maintain the standard of whatever project you've worked on with SDG 17 as a guide. You must put the necessary policies in place. The policies you will use to handle a hospital shouldn't be the one you use to handle a restaurant if you sell food, or a local restaurant. Let me leave you. A hospital is supposed to be kept clean. A hospital is supposed to have the qualified health workers around and the rest. So you need to put all these things in place for whatever project you've tried to build through SDG 17 a success. So these components are very, very key. Like I said, they are like the ingredients you need to cook your jollof rice. SDG 17 is like the jollof rice. Then components 1, finance, to component 6, policy and institutional coherence, are your ingredients for a successful jollof rice you want to cook. Now, Nigeria's role in SDG 17, Nigeria ranks very low as a result of our economic problem or our economic challenges. We are not a country that is too rich. We are not as rich as America or Germany or some other top countries. And we don't have some of the infrastructures they have in place. That is why we rank low. And that is why myself, Mr. Bello, Mr. Adegoke, we are bringing this to you, the leaders of tomorrow, because we want to build you from your young age to help make Nigeria a better place. Having in mind this SDG 17. We are trying to teach you how to collaborate with your friends, those in your church, those in your mosque, those in your community, to make anywhere you find yourself a better place. For example, I don't know Mr. Bello and Mr. Adegoke. I don't know any of them personally. But because of the message they are trying to pass, I came into this project. You understand? So it is in spirit of collaboration to make our country, Africa, and the world in general a better place. That is why we are bringing this message to you and teaching you about SDG 17, collaborating for the goals. Now, challenges Nigeria is facing 2 key challenges when it comes to SDGs. We are facing funding and capacity constraints. Then we are facing policy and regulatory challenges. Funding and capacity constraints, like I mentioned earlier, because of our economy, we are not a country that is too rich. Things are going high every day. For example, the price you bought pepper yesterday is not the price you are going to buy it today. Sometimes you follow your mommy to the market and your mom is pricing. After the person that is selling has brought it down, your mommy is still pricing and you become tired. No, you may not understand, but the country is really going through a lot economically, and this is actually a challenge for those of us that are interested in these SDGs, because sometimes we need resources to help us build these things, and we need qualified people as well. Then when it comes to policy regulations, sometimes our policies are inconsistent. The previous government could be there, maybe a different governor of Osun State or Lagos State or Ogun State, when handling these states, could put down some policies. Then when another governor comes, the governor will just change it, and it will be affecting the whole thing, right? So these things need to be put in place. But aside these challenges, we also have a lot of opportunities to make SDGs work and to make our country a better place. One of these key opportunities is Nigeria's youth population. We have like 65% of our population below 18 years. Or let me not even say below 18 years. Like 65% of our population are youth. We are youth. We are very strong. We are very energetic. You sitting down there, you are very strong. You are very energetic. So it's very important you channel this your youthful energy into putting these SDGs in practice and putting good things in practice and trying to partner with some of your friends. You could volunteer for things like Red Cross, or maybe you don't have to even volunteer with any big organization. You could come together, some of your friends, take brooms from your house, go to the market and decide that, oh, every Saturday we are going to be sweeping these markets for these people. Just watch, when you sweep first Saturday, second Saturday, third Saturday, people will start noticing. And some people want to join you in doing it. It's just very simple. Right? Then strengthening regional integration is also a key thing. For example, some of us there could be Igbo, some could be Hausa, some could be Yoruba. There's no need to say, oh, this person is an Igbo person, I won't do anything with him. This person is Hausa, I won't do anything with him. No, you are defeating the aim of SDG 17, which is all about coming together as one, whether you are white, whether you are black, coming together to work together towards a common goal, which in this case is like the betterment of our country, Africa, and the world in general. So, like I said, was talking about partnership. I know we are young students, but this may sound strange to us, but I'll try to break it down. Some successful partnerships that the Nigerian government have tried to bring in include the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is a system of business that is trying to simplify business transactions amongst African countries and boost our economy, the economy of the African states. So in simply put, let's say you are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba. These are different countries, but let's just use that example. You are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba. Now, the government has created one market for us that we can all come together. The Igbo man will bring his Igbo fruit. The Yoruba man will bring his Yoruba fruit. The Hausa man will bring his Hausa fruit or Hausa food, and we'll sell it together over there in that market and make our gains and go home happily, trade together. So that is what the African Continental Free Trade Area is trying to make possible for African countries in order to boost our economy. Then the US-Nigeria exchange programs. Yes, the United States, that's America, has been really supportive when it comes to these SDGs for African countries, right? They have introduced some youth programs like the Carrington Youth Fellowship, Mandela Washington Fellowship, to train some young people in Nigeria, which I have happened to benefit from one of those fellowships, to train them and to equip them with the necessary skills that will help them make the country and the continent a better place. So with that, I would like to just show us a short video that will help us explain what I've just explained, what I've just gone through now. Just a short video from Times Higher Education where they explain SDG 17 and what it entails. So let's just watch for these few minutes and enjoy the video.
Hello, my name is Duncan Ross, the Chief Data Officer at Times Higher Education. And we've heard about why each Sustainable Development Goal is important. From SDG 1, no poverty, through to SDG 16, peace, justice and strong institutions. Each takes a major aspect of sustainability and gives it the focus it needs. We can't have climate action without equity. We can't have equity without tackling poverty and health. And we won't tackle poverty and health without addressing climate change. The Sustainable Development Goals work best when they work together. And it's not just the goals that work best when they're united. SDG 17, Partnership for the Goals, expresses the importance of every part of society, everywhere in the world, to work on these most important issues. Agenda 2030 requires it. And this is one of the reasons why universities are crucial when it comes to sustainability. From their earliest foundations, higher education institutions have played a key role in disseminating knowledge, in working with governments, and in educating students from across the world. Universities will, of course, continue to act internationally, collaborating with their peers across the world, but especially those in lower and lower middle income countries. We can't address sustainability from within artificial borders. Climate change does not respect national boundaries, and it will affect us all. And unfortunately, it will affect the poorest parts of the world first. But that doesn't mean that those of us in wealthier parts of the world can sit back. It will affect us too. Higher education can be the glue that links together different elements of society. They are crucial actors that can bring together different perspectives and can demonstrate leadership across these multiple sectors. Working with other universities, with non-government organisations, with regional, national and international government, they can drive cooperation where others cannot. They can open our eyes to better ways of understanding and measure the impacts of climate change, and by working together, they can discover new mitigations and solutions.
So I hope you enjoyed that short video. And though it was talking about higher education or higher institutions working towards SDGs, and I understand why some of us are students of higher education, higher institutions, some of us are secondary school and high school students, but actually does not mean what he said about higher institutions, you can inculcate it as a secondary school student, partner with other schools, partner with your friends, partner with those in your church or mosque, partner with those in your community, and partner with people of like minds to help achieve the goals of these SDGs. And which other SDG represent partnership much more than SDG 17, which is partnership for the goals. So I have come to the end of my presentation, and I believe with the little we have taken here, we now have a different mindset or knowledge of what the SDGs are talking about. And I believe we'll put this into practice together and work for the betterment of our country and Africa and the world. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you some other time. Bye.